Hello, Sparky again. I've been asked a couple different times, why am I so hung up on this? Why am I making so much content around this whole DMCA abuse thing? Or why does it matter? I've been questioned on, well, you don't know anything about DMCA. You're not a lawyer. You're talking out your ass, and I'm just gonna go. That's your opinion. The reason why I've got such a rage boner against it, and I've said this in several videos beforehand, and I've said it in other videos on the channel, it's because I've been affected by false copyright strikes beforehand. I've never really made a video after that whole ordeal was set and over with. I brought them up a couple times, I've raged against them, I gave my opinions, but I've never really made a comprehensive video kind of encompassing what I had to go through with a specific little copyright infringement company in Germany called Camiso's GmbH. Now, in my opinion, they are a fake company. They're a fraudulent troll company. Um, they don't have any legitimacy. They go out and they attack. They do stuff on YouTube every now and then, but primarily for the most part, they attack people on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and website. They attack stuff like that, and claim that they're doing this representing that their clients, but they don't ever give out who the clients are, and it's always run around circle jerk trying to talk with them. You talk to them too much, they block you. You try to go against what they want, they will go for wiping you out completely. It's a nasty little company that I've seen over 20 channels on YouTube get wiped off the face of YouTube because the smaller content creators don't know what to do, and when they get messages lobbed at them, like I got lobbed at me by Camisos, it triggers a scare tactic within the brain. That, oh my god, I don't want to do illegal. Oh my god, I don't want to go to jail. I had my channel terminated by this company in around October of 2001. I had my channel terminated by this company. It left a deep mark, impact, and seething hatred for people who abuse the DMCA system and for people who try to weaponize it and not take any kind of fair use into account. I understand people might get upset. Oh my god, they're using my content. Fair use is a thing. That is something that you've got to come to terms with. They're using it even in the slightest bit of a transformative fashion. That's fair use. End of story, end of day. The the stuff I was doing when I got hit, like I said, was anime review reactions, commentary, and stuff like that. The basic format was we open up a show, it's me and five other people. It was almost kind of like a live stream format, but it wasn't a live stream. And basically, the format of the show is we open up the show, we talk about it, we talk about either the last episode or a show we're going to go into. That can range from 5 to 10 minutes. And then we have the segment where we're playing the show. And when we play the show, the volume's off, the screen's obfuscated. It's not a marketable substitute. You can't use it as a marketable substitute. You can't come to the video and attempt, I'm gonna bypass any kind of paywall and watch this video on, Sparky's channel. You can't do that. That's not the way I was set up, and I actually set it up intentionally to where you have to have your own video up. So, like on Netflix or anything else of the anime we're doing, you have to have that show up side by side with ours in order to watch our content. I did that deliberately. There's a counter down below that keeps track of where we're at in the show. You can't see the show. And parts within the show that we're not talking get cut out. The only thing that gets left in is the parts we actually speak up and we say something. Oh my god, that's cool. Oh, I don't understand that scene. And there was something to that effect. And when the show's over with, we'll usually spend either 10 to about 15 minutes afterwards talking about the show, talking about our thoughts, what we thought about it. Did we like it? Did we hate it? Did it make sense? And stuff like that. That's primarily what Anime Watch Club is. And you can watch it on STC Watch Club. I've not done any videos on it for a while. I had some issues come up with channel with a previous co-host, stuff like that. I'm not getting into it. It's a bullshit deal. It's drama I want nothing to do with. Didn't want anything to do with. But right now I'm in the process of rebuilding it again. But it wasn't from copyright bullshit. The best way I feel like I can tell this entire encompassing story is to read the email that I had to submit to YouTube that finally got them to remove the 3 strikes off my channel and get my channel back. And it's an email that kind of incorporates from the first strike to the last strike and everything in between I had to do, including email correspondence between me and Camiso's GmbH, Tracy Brown, whichever one, in the 10 years that Camiso's has been operating. The only one's been responding to any kind of emails has been this Tracy Brown, which is probably a pseudonym. But I feel like the best way to demonstrate is to read through my email to YouTube that got me my channel back. I won't be reading it. I will be switching over to Mr. Medical VTuber. My quote unquote V2 model of Jim Medical that I made. And I've been going through and using a program called Elvin Labs. And I've actually generated a AI voice for Jim. And I've already put in all the 19 pages of this email documents that I sent to YouTube. And I basically had AI Jim read it. Because I'm going to say right now, I suck at reading. I suck at following scripts and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to listen to my voice doing it. So I'm going to have AI Jim Medical, AI Mr. Medical, read through basically my email to YouTube.
Hello, my name is AI Mr. Medicare. Well, like Sparky stated, I guess I'll be reading his email to YouTube about his YouTube DMCA troubles. I don't know why I should. He put me in this AI hellhole. I should be poking the rage pig, but I guess I can do this for now. But I will say, go buy a hat first. Hello, my name is Taylor. I own the channel Sparky's Tech Corner on YouTube. Recently, I have become the target of what seems to be false copyrights allegations concerning 2 shows and 1 live stream on my channel by a company known as Camiso GmbH. Their organization is based out of Germany and claims to stop piracy of many different shows and different content form YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Etsy. In their site, they boast more than 30,000 protected series, more than 90,000 removed illegal copies, a 97.7684% AVG removal rate, and lawsuits against and users none. With a section in their public page that directs you to their preferred streaming site with the caption, "Our company is not only involved in several public projects to fight piracy, but also known as an expert in its field." On my channel, I host a show called Anime Watch Club. The show focuses on reviews, critiques, commentary, and reactions. I believe I comply with copyright laws under fair use in the production of my content. All sound is removed and the picture and subtitles are heavily obscured. The format of the show consists of an introduction followed by discussions involving myself and several people about an episode of an anime. generally organized as follows. 10 to 30 minutes talking about the previous episode and expectations for the current episode, reactions and commentary over the episode, 10 minutes to 1 hour discussing and critiquing the episode, which may also include critiques and discussions about the overall anime, as well as comparisons to other related anime. This is a common format on many other YouTube channels. Examples include Blind Wave. The two titles at issue are Violet Evergarden and Godzilla Singular Point, as well as one live stream with only me in it explaining the issue of being struck by Kamiso GmbH. The first video struck was Violet Evergarden, Episode 3 by Takatsuki, the light novel, and Reiko Yoshida, the anime, published in studio by Kyoto Animation and licensed by Netflix, primary streaming rights holder, Madman Entertainment, Funimation, and Anime Limited, with the original network being Tokyo, MX, TVA, ABC, BS11, and HTB. The second video struck after talking to Komeso GmbH was Godzilla Singular Point, Episode 11. It is a show written by Toe Enjo, Studio Bones Orange, licensed by Netflix, primary streaming rights holder, and original networks Tokyo MX, MX, KBS BS11, and Sun. The third video struck was not even a video and was not even a part of Anime Watch Club. It was a live stream I made after getting my first strike by Kamiso GmbH. The name of the stream was Copyright Strike by Kamiso GmbH on Violet Evergarden, Episode 3, Anime Watch Club. The live stream consisted of an explanation from my point of view of being struck the first time by Kamiso GmbH, a German company, stating they had rights to attack my video involving a show made and produced in Japan and streamed in American by Netflix while I live in America, and expressing my frustrations at Kamiso GmbH for not taking fair use into account as stated in 17 U.S. Code 100 CFN. Timeline. I received the first strike on 9/8/21 by Kamiso GmbH with a contact email of YouTube DMCA@kamiso.org. I sent an email to them that day with the following. Sparky, you guys do not own this copyright. This is fair use and transformative. Pull the strike on my channel now. I have yet to receive a reply on this day of 10/1/21 to this email. Understanding that, considering Violet Evergarden is a work owned by Kyoto Animation, a studio in Japan, and Netflix based in the U.S., a German company should not hold any rights, let alone speak, for either of the companies. I filed my first counter notice under penalty of perjury if taken to court and found guilty. I submitted my name, phone number, address, and email on 9/10/21 and got email confirmation from YouTube on 9/11/21. The claim was submitted. And as of this day, 10/1/21, have not seen any legal notice through email shipped to a home address and or by phones. Also, as of this date, 2/26/23, still no legal case. 3 weeks passed with no notification. I refrained from uploading any more episodes of Anime Watch Club to see if the strike will be lifted or if I will have a legal battle to face. On 9/27/2021 at 2 a.m., I received an email from YouTube that the strike had been lifted. I did not receive this email until later in the day at noon because of my work schedule. After returning home and looking at my YouTube, I find it has been struck again by the same company, Kamiso GmbH. With one change, the email went from YouTube DMCA.org to tracybaiduchikameso.org due to the fact that I had not received any correspondence from them. I suspected it could be a bot or a troll. I countered the video again, but was faced with this message from YouTube. Dear Sparky's Tech Corner, thank you for your counter notification. Based on the information you provided, it appears that you do not have the necessary rights to post the content on YouTube. Therefore, we regretfully cannot honor your request. It has not been forwarded to the original claimant, and we will not be able to restore your video. The first strike had just been lifted, only to be replaced with a second strike with no explanation as to why. I wasn't being sued, nor had I received notice of court summons. No one contacted me to explain what the issue was, so I contacted the email tracy@camiso.org. The below messages are the resulting email chain, unedited, to preserve the original circumstances. Apologies in advance for any poor grammar or punctuation, as the correspondence occurred while I was at work and did not have access to a computer to type properly. Sparky, why are you striking my videos? They don't show anything, and we were talking about the video. I finally got a response back, not from that email, but from tracy@camiso.org with the following. Tracy, I checked the video. You show the full episode in the center of the video. It's clear they did not take fair use into account because I use a transformative approach to making my video, and my works are based primarily of commentary, critiques, and review. Sparky, well, can you lift the strike and I'll take it down and rework it? I try to make it to where you have to watch your own copy along with my vid. You put the strike back up before I had a chance to do anything about it. I am unsure what to do except to attempt to get Tracy Brown to lift the strike or explain the situation. Tracy, that is unfortunately no longer possible. You swore under penalty of perjury that the episode was not shown in the video. When we rewatched the video, we could clearly see the full episode in the center of the video. As such, we will now hand this case over to law enforcement. As you know, perjury is a serious crime. You started a legal process by lying under oath, and the process will now be continued. Kind regards, Tracy Brown. Camiso GmbH, CEO Jan Wilkins, Autobrunner, Street 28, 2008, Unterhaching, Germany. They do not determine perjury. A court of law does. And from a legal case of YouTube versus Christopher Brady, the personal info I give you to send to them is meant for the purposes of contacting me with legal notice of a suit or explain why I'm being struck and working out an agreement, not hand this case over to law enforcement. This is a civil matter, not a criminal matter, and the legal counsel I consulted after this exchange stated the same. This is a tactic meant to scare me, and I thought the same at the time. I replied back with, Sparky, seeing how you never responded to my first email, what was I supposed to do? I know what you want now. Pull the strike, and I will pull the video down, and I will correct it. The first email is what was on the fifth strike. This email was on the second strike. So let's settle this out outside of court and go from there. I filed a counterclaim because I figured you wouldn't respond to the second email like you didn't to the first. With this, I sent a screen cap of the first email to YouTube DMCA at camiso.org to this email, tracy@camiso.org. Tracy, just because we don't reply to an email does not really mean you can just file a counter notice. I really don't know what to say to that. A counter notice is a legal process. You swear under penalty of perjury that what you say is true. But what you said was not true. Regardless of what we do, perjury is a criminal offense. It is not a civil matter. Law enforcement in your country have to decide whether or not they will charge you in the future. We also do not understand how everyone thinks they can just upload content and then just delete it when it's reported. The strike is a punishment for a law infringement. The easiest way is to wait until the strike times out and just not take content you have no permission to use anymore moving forward. Again, they attempted to use strong arm tactics like you swear under penalty of perjury. Perjury is a criminal offense. It's not a civil matter. Law enforcement in your country have to decide whether or not they will charge you in the future. And the strike is a punishment for a law infringement. There is no say of who they are representing, no mention of the exact copyright violation. And they are misrepresenting that this is a civil case, not criminal. No papers have been sent, even to this day, 10/1/21. Further, if they were to follow through on their threats, they would be misusing DMCA claims in attempting to have me arrested and charged for perjury, despite that I have not perjured myself. These are scare tactics to prevent me from fighting their fraudulent DMCA claims. Sparky, No, you can't see the show. I had 4 other episodes up and you didn't strike them. You handled this like a bot. You hit number 3 and I had number 4 out. 4 was up. When you hit 3 again, I took them down to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to help you out here. On my shows, they're mostly commentary, review, and reaction. They're overlays and distortions over the show. It's silent with no volume. To make it unmarketable, not going for replacements, going for review commentary. This is the definition of fair use. Kyoto Animation is the rights holder in Japan, not Germany. Never had an issue with any other show, much less to a company that redirects to their own or co-opted streaming sites on their webpage. Besides, you never sent anything the first strike and never responded. I'm more than glad to go to court. If not, I'll forward you to the interactions after 10 business days starting back from the first strike if I don't receive any legal notice. So I'm asking one last time, take the strike down. I will take the vid down. I will rework the vid to cut out more, even though you can't see, watch, or enjoy the show as is. I'm frustrated at this point. I knew now, even before I talked to legal counsel, this was a type of scam or troll. There is no mention of when we are going to court, no information about whose IP I violated, and they refuse to work with me, going so far as to attempt to scare me. It's in my opinion, they would ask for a bribe if I submitted to them, but I knew I was right, so I kept stern. Tracy, if you embed the full episode into a video, including subtitles, that is illegal. You are trying to grab on straws here now, throwing around various reasons. Then you start to threaten. If your only problem is that we have not striked other uploads, I assume that can be done in case you uploaded further shows of our clients. Kind regards, Tracy Brown. It was at this point I knew my channel was being ransomed, as they never accounted for fair use, and I never threatened them. As we have seen up until this point, they threatened me with legal action and contacting authorities. They are now also threatening to use DMCA as a retaliatory measure against my resistance, which is a clear abuse of DMCA. The purpose of my mention of the lack of a strike on other videos was to point out hypocrisy and to call into question their motives and methods. Sparky, I never threatened you. I simply stated, I'm still waiting on your first strike's legal notice, and I simply stated something seems off for the fact you only win after one vid. I will now make sure now to reach out to YouTube's support and legal team, as well as a attorney of my own for further fraudulent DMCA claims. Only the threat made was to me by trying to weaponize the DMCA system. Now, please make sure any legal paperwork sent is sent priority with signature verification of delivery. You have my mailing address. Until then, I'll be contacting YouTube. I stated I would contact you guys, and I figured, well, future uploads won't happen until I figure out what was happening. And when I get this supposed legal notice, I made out that this was a clear threat and abuse of the DMCA system. I'll talk to legal counsel and make a plan. Tracy. Yes, I think it will be the best if you talk to an attorney. The attorney can also explain to you that most of the things you mentioned in this and the previous email are legally irrelevant or make no sense. Kind regards, Tracy Brown. In the following email, I attempt to make sense of who exactly their client is and further call into question their motives. Sparky. What makes no sense is a third party in Germany representing either Netflix or Kyoto Animations, either in Japan or America. When I'm in America, what makes no sense is when you have someone willing to work with you to settle an issue when I know full well this is a copyright Ponzi scheme and you refuse. The fact you refuse reinforces that fact you didn't respond the first time and the strike expired because you exhausted your legal window. That reinforces the fact I won't see any legal documentation. I'm still at work during this time, hence why I misspelled Ponzi scheme. And while I acknowledge that I should have likely waited until I returned home to address this, I was concerned I would not have another chance and wanted to act while I still had their attention. This company is known for unresponsiveness to emails. See, Tracy, I don't even know what a copyright Ponzi scheme is, but I am sure you got your story figured out for your attorney. Neither are there just two companies involved in owning rights on this anime series, nor is your upload only available within the US. As I said, I think it will be the best to talk to your attorney. You seem to see some larger conspiracy here. Next, you will tell us that we operate from a pizza store. The attorney will help you to understand the legal situation. They again dodge the question, supposedly speaking for the rights holder without making sure the rights holder knows it was fair use. They take an unprofessional jab at me over the misspelling and make a reference to a fringe internet conspiracy theory known as Pizzagate with their next statement. Next, you will tell us that we operate from a pizza store. It is interesting that they make petty accusations against me when the listed address, Ottobrunner Street 28, 2008, Unterhaching, Germany, ties to a drama school named Munchenfilm Academy, not Comeso, or a graveyard, depending on how you search online. See the Google Earth link. I try one last time to find out who their supposed clients are below. Sparky. Sorry about the spelling errors. I am on my phone and was at work. Ponzi scheme is what I meant, but I don't even think I would call it that. So if neither of those companies that own and hold the license is them, then who is? Does it happen to be someone on this list? If not, this is fraudulent. If so, then who? Attached to this email was the same list I gave in the beginning of this email listing off the studio, writers, and licensed holders of Violet Evergarden. After sending this last message, I received an error message stating, "Message blocked. Your message to tracycomiso.org has been blocked. See technical details for more information." I now have no way of contacting them, and after 6 hours of this, I received my second DMCA strike from Comeso GmbH email Tracy at comeso.org on Godzilla Singular Point Episode 11, a show that has been up for 3+ months, long before the first strike. After their previous messages, this seems far more as if they are following through on a threat rather than making a DMCA claim in good faith. I had no other options and did not know what to do. I did not want to risk my channel, so I privated all 90+ episodes of Anime Watch Club, and I held out on filing a counter-strike for Godzilla Singular Point Episode 11 to see if any legal notices would come. But as of 10/1/21, none have, and my second strike was given on 9/28/21. Under the assumption I was safe, and to give myself time to think and get more info and counsel, on 10/1/21 at 3:10 a.m., I received my third strike on copyright strike by Comeso GmbH on Violet Evergarden Episode 3 Anime Watch Club. This was a live stream about the copyright situation, generally discussing my perspective about the situation with a few friends. Information about Comeso GmbH's other activities was also unearthed during this live stream. It seems rather convenient that it was this live stream Comeso chose to strike, almost as if they are abusing the DMCA system to retaliate against me and my channel. There was no copyrighted content that did not count well under fair use in this live stream. At this point, my channel Sparky's Tech Corner on YouTube has been terminated unfairly with no legal notice or no way to fight this fraudulent attack. I'm asking you to please look into this and take the strikes off my video. I am blocked by both Tracy at Comeso.org and Tracy B at Comeso.org, so I cannot try to talk to them. I have spent 4.5 years building this channel and finally gained over 500 subs, a labor of love. I implore you not to let it be lost to a company which exists to bully small content creators by weaponizing DMCA claims against them. I have all the emails listed, saved, and screen capped for reference. Thanks. Taylor at Sparky's Tech Corner. And with that, I'm going to turn this back over to Sparky for an ending take. Just remember, folks, false DMCA strikes are bullshit, and if you do them, you should have your channel yeeted. Now, time to look for a way out of this AI hellhole and poke the rage pig some more. Come here, Ralph.
And there you have it. There's the email that I ended up sending YouTube. And after about a month of sending that email, YouTube finally did something about it. And they reversed all the strikes on my channel. Now, I wish that everything that was stated in the emails back and forth to me from Comesos was a bad joke. I really wish it was. It wasn't. These are the tactics that were used against me. This is what I went through whenever I lost my channel. And I had no help. I only had maybe one or two people. I mean, friends of mine, but not big. I had no voice. I had no reach, and I had no channel. I had no one that was there to help me. I had no one to beat the drum, to signal, to amplify this, going, "Hey, YouTube, we have a problem here." I didn't have any of that, and like I said, to this day, I have not received any legal consultation notice from the supposed Tracy B or the supposed company Camiso's GmbH. And if you go to the site today, you look, lawsuits against end users is still ending in 0. This is having your channel ransomed, having somebody come at you with a blunt force hammer that you have no way to defend against. It's not fun. This is the reason why I take fair use and DMCAs, false DMCAs, very fucking seriously. And this is why I've got such a strong stance. And this is the reason why I don't care who it is. I've covered plenty of people who abuse the system. You could be a million sub big rig channel, or you could be a measly piddly ass one sub channel. I do not care. I do not believe there's no punching up or down in this matter. It's just you call it out, regardless or not. If I see videos that have been removed for DMCA purposes, and I feel like that they're within fair use, I'm going to call the shit out. I don't care for your excuse of, "Oh, I didn't give her permission." I don't care if you say, "It pissed me off." I do not care. Unless it's legitimately, they ripped it down and they put it back up. That is the only way I look at the DMCA system as being legitimate. I don't even really think clips go against it. I think just a portion of a video, someone else's video, is not even enough to claim it as a DMCA. That is my belief. After having to go through the runaround with YouTube's broken system and a company DMCA happy willy-nilly, this is the reason why I am so anal retentive about false DMCA strikes. That's my story. And every time I see an issue revolving, "Oh, well, this person false strike this channel, this person false strike this channel," it makes my blood boil. And I want to reach for the screen and get a hold of who was doing and just strangle them. This is why I stand behind Muha's point. I feel like if you abuse that system, you should get no warnings. You should get no slaps on the wrist. You have a video with a DMCA and that person counters and you don't file a lawsuit, you need your channel terminated. You file a DMCA that is you stating, "I am willing to go to court." You go to court over it. I don't settle for anything else. If you're not willing to go to court over it, that's a false strike in my book. I really do feel like someone's channel needs terminated at that point, because you're supposed to take every bit. They warn you. They warn you several times when you go through and fight those strikes. Have you taken fair use into account? Videos could be considered into fair use. And I don't think it needs to be your interpretation of fair use. It needs to be the standard. You need to do research into it. And if you go through that, you strike a video and it's fair use, and you're not willing to go to court over it, you get removed off the platform. You made a mistake. Well, I'm sorry. They warned you several times that this is initiating a court claim. Shouldn't have done it. This is why I'm so animate on it. And this is why I'll continue to be going at YouTube to have more stringent punishments for people who abuse or file false or mistaken copyright claims. So with that, that's my story. Yeah, I put Jim in the AI hellhole. He can hope he finds Ralph. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to watch one of these days. An AI Mr. Medicare versus Ethan Ralph. That'd be hilarious. So with that, please like, subscribe, share the video around. I hope you like. I hope you liked AI Jim. I hope you liked that. That's something I've been working on for a while with the V2 model of him and the AI voicing and stuff like that. It's been a long time coming trying to get everything worked up. This was kind of like the first full-on project that I did with it. So I hope you liked it. With that, take care, everyone.